Most woodworkers eventually hit a wall where their entry-level gear just can't keep up with the demands of a real project. That is usually the moment this Bosch kit enters the conversation. It is one of those tools that feels like it was designed by people who actually spend time in a shop, rather than just sitting behind a desk. The first thing you notice is the weight and the build quality. It has this solid, industrial feel that makes you trust it before you even plug it in. Those rounded hardwood handles aren't just for show either. They actually provide a grip that feels natural, which is a huge deal when you are trying to maintain control during a long, tricky pass. What really sets this one apart is the versatility. You get both a fixed base and a plunge base in the same box, which covers about 95% of what a hobbyist or even a pro needs to do. The motor is a 12-amp beast, and honestly, it handles hardwoods without breaking a sweat. There is this constant response circuitry inside that keeps the speed steady even when the wood gets a bit stubborn, so you don't get that annoying bogging down that ruins a clean edge. You can dial the speed anywhere from 8,000 to 25,000 RPM, which is great because you aren't forced to run at full tilt if you are working with delicate materials or smaller bits. Now here is the part that really matters for the precision crowd. The microfine depth adjustment is smooth and doesn't have that frustrating slop you find on cheaper models. It makes dialing in a perfect dado or a flush trim feel almost effortless. Mounting it to a router table is also a breeze thanks to the 3-hole pattern, and the dust-sealed switch is a smart touch that keeps the grit out of the electronics. It is those little details, like the 2-inch sub-base opening that makes swapping bits feel less like a chore, that show why this thing has such a solid reputation. If there is a downside, it is that the plunge base can feel a little stiff right out of the box. It breaks in over time, but you might find yourself wishing for a bit more fluidity during those first few sessions. Also, while the corded power is reliable, you are obviously tethered to an outlet, which is just the reality of a tool with this much torque. But look, at the end of the day, this is a workhorse. It is built to last, it is incredibly precise, and it doesn't try to be anything other than a rock-solid router. If you're tired of fighting your tools and just want something that gets the job done right every single time, this is probably the one to grab. It is just a dependable, well-engineered piece of kit that makes the actual woodworking part a whole lot more enjoyable.
Check out the video description for updated price. And thank you for watching this video.